Right, hello, welcome back. I'm Richard Painter. We're outside, so excuse there's a setting on here, I don't know how it works. Escort, Mark IV Escort, there we go. So what we've done is we've just pulled the interior out. In fact, is it still open? It's still open. Pulled the interior out, exposed some holes. Get out here. We will go through it properly when it's inside. I was just showing you around quickly before we strip it even more. But sills are gone, arches are gone. I don't know if you can see that properly. Boot lid's got bits in it. It's all over really. Good. Yeah, and we'll go from there, and we'll join you back when it's inside. Right. Back on the Escort. This video would have carried on, I don't know why I've said that, but we've got it inside now. We've started stripping some bits off just to expose what we need. We've ordered a load of bits, we've got a load of bits, so I'll show you what we found. That is a hole. The arches, inner and outer. So I need to sort them out. New rings. So we've already got the front off. Front crossmember, slant panel if you like, is off. We have a new one for that. We've got a new cross member as well. We're basically, regarding the job here, the Escort here, we're in between a handful of other bits and pieces, job-wise, big job-wise. The Uno Turbo, which you'd have probably already seen before the Escort. I'm just trying to cut back in on the Escort. Hopefully that'll be out of here in a week or so, and then it's going to be mainly Escort. MGB Roadster in pale yellow. You should have already seen that video as well, so keep checking them out. Yeah, and then we'll follow the progress of this as best we can. There's quite a few people involved, and again, I keep saying it, but not everybody wants to be on camera, so I'll kind of cut in where I can, and I'm not bothered the bits I do, but it's got to respect everybody and what they want on you as well, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll just put that on bake. So yeah, we'll keep cutting back in anyway, and check back with you with progress. But we're having new floor pans, we've got new chassis legs, we've got new inner and outer arches, new wings, new slant panel, new cross member. That's what we've bought so far. Inner and outer sills we've got already. A lot of metal work, more than what we thought, if we're honest. Didn't realise it had gone quite as bad as that. But now we've got to like deal with it all. So I'll keep catching back up, and we'll keep cutting back in. Right, welcome back. Well, welcome back for me anyway. We've pretty much had a full week on the Escort. I haven't recorded any of it, but I can kind of show you some progress. We've been busy doing other jobs. Check out the other videos, you'll see them on there. So just so I can show you what we've got outer arches, inner arches will make sense in a moment. Need to get a rear panel as well, because that's rubbish. Inside is no good. Usual Escort bits. Excuse me. Arch, as you can see, we've got the inners. We're not going to fit the full inner, but basically more than enough of what we need, if you like, because I don't want to take the quarters off to fit the full inner, which I think I have to do. I will double check. I haven't done inners on one of these before, so Does actually look to be quite a bit of room, but we'll have a look when we get there anyway. And then the outers, these pieces aren't very good either, so we're going to have to make them. We'll get some new ones to them. Oh, excuse me. Right, the welding that's been done, it's just literally finished. None of it's been dressed out yet, so you'll see that anyway. We do have new sills for it. As you can see, there's definitely due a sill. Gav, if you're watching with your Transit, this one's probably worse, mate. Yeah, charming, innit? You can get 2 or 3 hands in there, no problem. So, yeah, so we've got half floor pan, both sides. I think you might be able to see without me dropping there. You can see the inner sill there. Same as these ones, inner sills are in. Just to save me dropping it down, that's all it was. New boot floor this side again, and as usual, excuse me, the sill is no good either. But we do have new outers, so we managed to find them. Front wise, if you remember at the start of the video, hopefully I put it on there, these were all holes. The cross member was all bent and rotten, front panel was all rotten. So again, it's just literally been kind of welded in. Okay, it fits, it's square. We do need to go back and dress everything out and finish welding bits and pieces. Floor pan wise, these bits were rotten both sides, so we've had to make these, extend the bulkhead round if you like, or extend the floor around, whichever way you want to look at it. The floor pans only come to sort of here, and then all this was rotten inside behind that. Most of this was missing, so we just cut that out anyway, so we've got access to everything in there. Make a new one of these, weld that in, and then weld the new one of these back to everything to tie it all back in again. And we kind of had to do that both sides. This side was more of an end piece, just a small little tapered piece here, so it's not so bad. As you can see, the sills are terrible. Nothing's connected sill wise all the way down anyway, but to be fair, 70% of it wasn't connected anyway when it came in here, so we need to cut the sills off, dress everything out, clean everything, and then basically fix all the inner pieces that we need to do at the back corners like I've just shown you before we can put the sills on, and inner arches as well, because I think what we might end up doing is do the inner arch, because that creeps us right down to here, so that'll give us a nice clean piece here to weld to, and then we can build the rest of it back up. And like I said, this piece is getting all replaced anyway, and the outer piece of this. Unfortunately, it's all gone black inside, so the complete edge is no good, but luckily we've got new ones. The only thing I can't seem to find is a new back panel, but somebody did tell me they found one, so that might be that we found one of them, because it would be a lot nicer job. It's dented and rotten pretty much the full length of it, and it's also rotten where it mounts to the floor in the boot, so it'd be a lot nicer job if we can get a new one, and then we know it's all fresh. We've got some chassis rails to change. It'd be lovely if I can find a boot floor for it, but I can't. Everywhere I've looked, they don't seem to make them. They're making for the Mark 1 and 2 Escort, but not for the Mark 4. So, unless you know of anywhere that does, please let me know in the comments. It'd be appreciated if we haven't got that far yet. If not, I'm going to have to make probably, although that looks crusty anyway, it is actually pretty weak inside. It's all sort of bellied down. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but we might end up making from sort of here back to tie into here anyway. Just depends. Need to speak to the customer first and double check that's okay, and see what we can and can't find between us. Both rear doors have got rot in them. The doors are off at the moment. Both front doors have got rot in them as well. Customer said they might have a set of doors from a previous donor car that they've had in the past, so we might just make the best out of what we can have out of the 8 doors that we will have. We'll pick the best ones and go with that, and then get them fitted. Engine wise, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're keeping the original little 1.3. It ran perfectly fine. They were happy with it. I suppose it depends on how much this job's going to be at the end, really, because it's the stuff that we've spoken about, we knew about, and then there's all the extra pieces as well, you see. So, but what we'll do is we'll concentrate on getting the car good, solid and square again, see where we are with the budget, and then see what's left after that. Sometimes it might be worth hanging on, save up a few more quid, get a couple of extra bits for it. All the brake lines and fuel lines will be changed anyway, because they're completely knackered. That one's weeping. Believe it or not, that is a brake line. So once we get it all cleaned up, yeah, all that stuff will be replaced anyway. Brake lines, fuel lines, the flexes. I don't know about shoes and cylinders. I would imagine because it's been stud, the cylinders will probably be knackered, so we'll change them anyway. Basically just clean everything up, just make it look nice. It is a car that's used. It's not a show pony or anything like that, but we need to make it obviously as nice as we can, and it needs to leave here and go for an MOT, so we do need to make sure all that sort of stuff's done, because they do want to use it. So keep following that one. I don't know how these videos are going to pan out. I keep dropping on them, and some of the videos might be a bit more interesting than others, but yeah. And I will join you back when we've done a bit more. Customer knows a guy that does ice blasting with grit, so we're hoping we can get all the metal work done, have him here and basically clean it all up. Now the main areas to clean up, apart from everywhere, is like places like in here. So it's not rotten anymore because we've cut all that out, but it'd be nice to clean all them seams up and stuff like that and get them all nice, so we can seal them up and then hopefully not have a problem down the road. People have been in there before, and mentioning no names, but people have been in there beforehand. So we've fitted some inner pieces all the way down. That was that's basically your B pillar, but it carries straight down into the sill. That's welded to through the sill. I'll show you on the other side in a minute. So you'll see the sill's off. We have had basically half floors both sides. Main reason why I did buy full floors, and then we was going to fit the full floor, but then it's that solid in the middle, and it was only really a 3-4 inch strip down each side that was knackered. So I thought, well, let's fit half of it in, because there was a nice transition line to use. So basically we've used that. As you can see, we fitted 8 to 10 inches of floor both sides, so it's way over what it needed, just to make sure it's all solid. Again, it's not finished, it needs dressing out and tidying up and everything like that. We had to make a little piece on the end here just to carry that back through. Again, same with the floor, good chunk of floor. This side's a bit further along, so that B pillar that I showed you on the other side, that welds through here, that ties everything in. Then we have extended the B pillar down into the sill anyway, and welded to the sill, but then also welded the outer to it, so it's got 2 lots if you like. Again, this one's had the outer on, again just quickly dressed out, purely so we can carry on. We do generally do that just in case we've got to come back and revisit any areas or anything like that. We normally have, if I grind it all and then spray it all, And there's bits and pieces that we've maybe need to revisit, go back into. We generally leave that till last, so then we grind once, although this has been ground out a little bit, but it's more so just to make sure the line's square and straight. Grind it out once normally, dress it all out, coat it once. We don't want to be charging the customer for grinding 3 or 4 times because it's been a few weeks between grinds and then the bare metal. Even if we coat it with like a zinc primer, you still need to be taking that off and using a proper epoxy really, if you want it to last anyway. So, not that there's anything wrong with the zinc. We use all the zinc on the insides, and there's a million ways to do it. Some people I've seen used to brush red oxide all along the inside by the seams, and then they would weld through the seams. And then I've seen other people brush epoxy in there. I prefer the zinc because then you know it's coated. And then we always go back over and wax, cavity wax inside anyway, so it's always coated one way or another. We are fitting inner and outer sills, and we'll show you them in a minute. They're already here. Some repairs to do in there. You can see the arch completely napped. Now again, once you go about an inch in, it's brand new and solid. So what we're going to do is just cut that an inch in there, all the way around, clean it all up. Once we cut the outer to where we need it, that'll give us more access to the inner, and then we'll cut about an inch in all the way around, or wherever we need. If we need a bit more, we can add a bit more. If we need less, it will always be at least an inch, if not more, because then we know we're an inch past wherever the rot was. I always like to do that little bit more, just so we know we're not revisiting that in the future, because there's nothing more painful than having to pay for all of this and then somebody didn't take it that little bit further, and then could have saved you another year or so. So I am looking for a rear panel at the moment, mainly because it's rotten in the boot and underneath. Both these sides are all full of filler. You see there's hardly anything left with that. So that kind of wants doing as well. We'll see where the arches fit, and we might just make a piece for how long this piece is on here. You can buy them, but I think what will happen is we'll end up having to make a good portion of the boot floor, because it's just really rotten for some reason. I don't know what ended up in there, but we've got sections of sections of chassis rail at the back that are absolutely solid and really, really good, and then we've got sections that are completely holed and knackered. So we had to make a new end piece of the trailing arm here as well, trailing arm bracket, because that had gone. We had to repair the inside of this as well, because that had completely gone both sides. So now we've done, it was a day messing around with them really. So there you see them in there, look. They were completely hanging, so we've had to make them as well. And then the chassis itself, you can see daylight through that one. So like there to there, just on the outside, is rotten. So we do have some new ones. So we're going to cut what we need. Don't know if it's worth fitting them all or not yet. We'll see how we get on. We've got some more to strip off it. We've been trying to make some progress on it, because I've had the car a couple of months, but with us, a couple of customers added a few bits. We were waiting on parts for a lot of jobs. One cross member we needed was nearly 3 months. It was so painful. And the customer's very patient. He knows it's not my fault, but it's like that puts the jobs on drag mode. You're waiting for parts, you're waiting for this, you're waiting for that, you're trying to get done, you're trying to, just trying to keep moving. We've got inner and outer sills, inner and outer arches, sorry. for the Escort. Again, I'm not going to fit the full inner, purely because I haven't checked yet, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I think I have to take the whole quarter off, which I don't want to do because we can't get any more. That's why we was going to basically use more than what we need and just chop out the bits that we need, if you like. Just to keep that less of a job. The annoying thing is all that's hidden behind a bumper, and you wouldn't know till you take the bumper off. And then in here, I think somebody's had a... or started with a... I think that used to be, or was, some form of patch that somebody stuck over this hole. And it looks like it's got silver paint on it. So I'm guessing that was part of another... Oh no, actually, it wasn't even welded, it's been bonded on. I'm just ripping that off. Well, that's impressive. Yeah, I think that's bare metal or silver there, both of which you don't want if you're going to repair this hole, which I'm guessing that's what somebody was trying to do there then. And obviously didn't make a very good job of that. The other side's the same. No repairs as such, but it definitely needs a repair. What we might end up doing, once we've fixed the outside, because we've got access to the inner, I might just make a whole new inner piece and put these fresh holes back through them, drain holes back through it once we've cleaned them out. So that's basically the Escort so far. We will try and show a bit more videos when it comes back down. Excuse me. I'm trying to get rid of some vehicles, trying to reorganise the workshop, that type of thing. So once that happens, we can start with a bit more of a more detailed video on the Escort, if you like, and the other projects that we've got in. Right, well that's it for this one for now. If you like these videos, give it a like and share, subscribe. If you got any information on that back panel, if you know where I can find one, let me know. We need to get one organised if we can. I don't think it's worth trying to save it, depending on the cost of the panel obviously, and if you can buy one. I don't know if it's worth saving or trying to save it. Yeah, if you like these videos, give us a like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.